Welcome to Stillworks and Brewing. My name is Randy. This is a channel that's all about home distillation and brewing. So what are we going to do today? Well, if you remember, I guess it was a couple weeks ago, we did the all grain mash for the gin project we started. Okay, so today it's distilling day, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, but first things first, let me remind you, or please ask you, that there's 5 things that you can really do to help us out. Number 1, subscribe if you haven't done so far. Number 2, hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything. 3, share us with your friends. Get the word out. Number 4, if you like what you see, give us a thumbs up. And last, if you want to, leave a comment, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to, of course, fill the still up. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I don't want to bore you with that. So then let me get that filled up, and then we'll be back. Okay, I got the still pot charged up. The next thing I want to do is I got a couple handfuls of ration rings here that I'm going to put down in the column. Oh, and I did put 2 rolls of copper in the bottom, and I'm going to put these ration rings on top of that. Okay, so now I just got to finish building the still out, and underneath my gin basket it's a screened gasket. Put that on there like that. Like I said, I got the still pot. It's starting to warm up. Okay, so let me start getting my ingredients together, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so let's set up our botanicals. And like there's bunches of different ways to make gin. This just happens to be my way. Okay, right or wrong or indifferent. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to mix up our botanicals, and we're going to end up putting into this hop bag, and we'll put it into our gin basket. Okay, so I got some orange peel here. Okay, so I got a 1/2 ounce of orange peel. Then we're going to go with some lemon. I want 1/4, just a little bit more. All right, there's 1/4 of lemon. And I was going to put 1/4 of lime. Just a little piece. Okay, and 1/4 of lime. This is what I understand would be a American gin or a West Coast gin. It's got a lot of botanicals in it, and that's just, that's the flavor that I like. Okay, how do you say that? Chamomile flowers? I know I didn't pronounce that right. C-H-A-M-O-M-I-L-E flowers. So I got 1 tablespoon of that. Angelica root. 1 tablespoon of that. Half a tablespoon of cardamom seeds. Coriander seeds. Here's 1 tablespoon of juniper berry. Now, what we got to do is you want to crack open the juniper berry so that you can get some flavor out of it. I mean, it just has to be cracked. All right, so let me get these cracked and I'll be right back. Okay, I went with 2 tablespoons of the juniper berries. I got 5 almonds, just kind of cracked. 1 kind of coarse, and of course 1 cinnamon stick. Okay, oh, that smells fantastic. I'm smelling a little bit of all the spices all over the place. Okay, so let's put that into our hop sack. Like I said before, there's many ways of making gin. This just happens to be my way. Let me move the camera over this way so you can see. All right. So what we want to do you don't want it too tight. You want to be able to get the vapors up. Whoops. Drop the clamp. Okay, we got the botanicals in the sight glass slash gin basket there. We're starting to warm the still up. Let me get the head thermometer in. Okay, like I said, we're warming the still up. Let me get the water hooked up to it, and then we'll be back. Okay, still starting to heat up. Got a little bit coming through my sight glass, I can see. She's starting to produce a little bit. Okay, so, whoop. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run it in. I'm not gonna turn my condenser on yet. So I'm gonna collect right around 2 ounces of my heads, and then I'll turn on the water to the pre-condenser, and then let it reflux for a little while. You notice some alcohol going through my botanicals in my sight glass. Turn the heat down just a little bit. Smelling pretty decent. Okay. Collect up 2 ounces. Head temperatures come up to about 164, somewhere in that neighborhood, 160, about 165. Okay, I'm gonna start, I got about 2 ounces in there. So I'm gonna start turning my pre-condensing water on, and my production out of the Liebig, I think that's pronounced right, condenser. I particularly call it a shotgun condenser because that's what it looks like to me. It has stopped. So what's going to happen now is we're going to start a reflux action going on here, and we'll let that go for a while. I wanted to bring you in and check that out. She's working on getting all them flavors. Oops, can't see it on that side. All them flavors of the botanicals coming through. Just a quick note. You can see it working, and my head temperature, she was about 168, close to 170. She dropped back down to 130 because the condenser here is dropping all the vapors back down. If you feel up here, it's good and warm, but not hot like that. So the pre-condenser is really cooling it down, cooling the vapors down as it's going up. So here shortly, I'm going to start cutting the cooling water down to it because the production is pretty much stopped. Okay, so we finished our run. We ended up with 4 quarts of distillate. Okay, we started off with, it was about 90% alcohol, and our last one here, we ended up with about 30%. Then I stopped right there. Okay, so I think it was a pretty successful run. The first ones, they are very, very, very intense with the flavors of the juniper berries and all the botanicals that we put in there, and not so much at the end. But so by the time we, the next step that we have is we're going to taste each jar, make sure everything tastes okay, and then what we'll do is combine it all together and proof it down. Probably, I don't know, about 80 proof on gin. and then it'd be put in a bottle, and ready to go. So I think this is a very successful. Hopefully that we'll get the flavors out of the botanicals that we wanted. So far it tastes pretty good, but we'll find out in a little while. I would just like to thank everybody for watching. Enjoy the adventure, and we'll see you next time.